Hey everyone, thought I'd show you my process on how I make these plates. And so welcome to my studio. So for these plates, I'm using Cone 10 B-Mix. It's kind of like my go-to clay. And for the size I'm going for, I need like 2.2-ish pounds and 2.17, good enough. This is me ram's head wedging because, spiral wedging is too complicated for your girl. Still trying to figure it out, but hey, that's a good ram's head. This is a trick I learned on the internet. If you take a tablecloth and like cut her into pieces, it makes it easy if you're doing some slab rolling to just like rotate it. Makes it a lot easier to control. So then from here, it's really important if you're doing slab rolling, if you're trying to do any type of plates, clay has memory and will remember what you do to her. And so I try to keep her as flat as possible until I need to bend her or I intend to, form her in some type of way. So I'll try to keep her flat between these two. Oh, this is literally the best part. Oh, I love that. That's the whole point. Yeah, I could just stop right there and I'd be done. But no, I don't want this texture on the plate, so smooth her out. And it takes a long time, so I'm gonna speed this bad boy up. But yeah, trying to get a smooth texture. Trick of the trade, use cornstarch. Oh my God, she makes a world of a difference when the clay needs to separate from the form. So it can make it hard if you're trying to pull the plate away and then you add like a deformity. She's gonna remember, by the way, these are the forms I use. They're from Hartley and Noble. My mom got these for me for Christmas. Thanks, Mom. But yeah, put the clay on the form and she is ready to go on the wheel. Something to remember here too is when you're putting the clay around the form, you don't want to bend it too fast. You don't want to form it too fast because then you can start introducing cracks, especially if your clay is dry. And she's going to remember that too, and that will add a warp to the rim. And so I'll use my little roller to make the sides flat, trim off any excess. And then we want to compress the bottom. I start out with a rib like this, but if you want it to be super flat, definitely do a sharp flat edge like this metal rib to take off any excess, especially in the middle. You don't want it to be almost like a bowl. But then once you have your form, add a little stamp. I have to stand up to see what the center of the plate is because I don't trust my eyeballs. But I'll put my little stamp in the middle. My friend Ren made that for me. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. WS, Will Shepherd. Love it. Then you want it to sit for a while, maybe I usually wait like 40 minutes for it to firm up a bit, depending on how hot it is. But girl, go slow at this stage because this clay, she will remember. She's going to remember everything you do to her. And so I try to be nice and gentle and give her some TLC, every love language word of affirmation that is required to get this form out. And with any luck, the form will slide out. Hopefully if you put enough cornstarch on it, it makes it easy as well. And there we go. I always love touching it right there because I love the temperature. That's it. That's how I make my plates. Thanks for watching.